I've had an opportunity to, spend time with a huge number of different organizations in a huge range of different industries. And I've watched carefully what it is they do, what it is they set in terms of the tone at the top, what it is the leaders do in terms of the message to their staff, what it is they do in terms of their optimism about the future. And one of the very first things I've observed through the last 10 years is that world-class innovators refuse to adopt the doomsday scenario. They abandon the short-term thinking that is out there. They put things in perspective. Think about what you go through on a daily basis. Think about what happens when you wake up in the morning. Think about the headlines that you see. You see a constant stream of negative news headlines. You see headlines such as, the American banks face a financial meltdown if their reforms fail. You see news about a mortgage meltdown. You see news that, the money managers are being beat up by the meltdown. Everywhere you go, you see this word meltdown being used. You see that, there's a market cap meltdown. Billions of dollars in blue chip values have been blown away by the market collapse. You see the Congress is caught in a bind, as this banking crisis becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And you see, what is happening is it's going global. And do you know what happens here when you see a constant stream of negative headlines? Is organizations tend to go into a mode of indecision. We're not going to make that capital investment. We're not going to invest in this new infrastructure. We're not going to invest in this new capability. We're not going to invest in these CNC machines that we've been talking about for so long. We're not going to invest in skills upgrading because we're not quite certain when we're going to see an economic recovery. We're concerned as to when it's really going to be here. And what happens is organizations go into this mode of indecision, and when we have an economic uncertainty, they go into a form of what I call aggressive indecision. We become aggressively indecisive. We postpone all our decisions about what we should be doing in terms of innovation. But you know what's so fascinating about these headlines? What's so fascinating about these headlines is if you look at the day that they appeared in print. 1987, 1988, 1990. It's almost as if, the newspaper industry has heard about the importance of recycling. And so for this economic downturn, they're, simply taking the, headlines from the last economic downturn, we're going to reuse them again. Right? We'll save a little time and cost of money because we don't have any reporters left. In my case, I think this is my 6th or 7th recession. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. Think about what we've been through. There's a phrase I coined back in 2001 when we had the dot-com downturn. And we had, the period, time of economic uncertainty that came with Enron. And I said, what is happening here is that volatility is the new normal. We're going into a period of time in which the economy is going to continue to go through these twists and turns. And it's going to go up and down. And it's going to continue to wreak havoc with our perspective on the world. But if you heard me talking last night, the trends are clear. There is unprecedented opportunity to reinvent manufacturing, to do things in different ways. So you need to put things in perspective.